Welcome to Sky Sea Channel, the channel that always discusses anything about the sea. Today we have a very special topic for you. We're going to talk about the most advanced warship in the world that can sail under polar ice. You won't believe what it can do. But before we get into that, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what's under the ice at the North Pole? What kind of creatures live there? What kind of challenges do humans face there? Well, if you have, you're not alone. Many people have been fascinated by the mysterious and harsh environment of the Arctic for centuries. And one of them was a visionary naval officer who decided to do something that no one had ever done before: to cross the North Pole by sailing under the ice. He was the commander of a revolutionary warship that changed the course of history and science. He was also a very jolly fellow who brought along a special guest on his epic voyage. Who was he? What was his warship? And who was his guest? Stay tuned to find out. This is the USS Nautilus, the world's first operational nuclear-powered submarine and the first submarine to complete a submerged transit of the North Pole on the 3rd of August 1958. The USS Nautilus was powered by a nuclear reactor that allowed it to remain submerged far longer than diesel-electric submarines. It broke many records in its first years of operation and traveled to locations previously beyond the limits of submarines. The USS Nautilus made history when it embarked on a top-secret mission codenamed Operation Sunshine, to cross the North Pole by sailing under the ice. It was the first ship to do so under its own power, and it opened up a whole new world for scientists to explore. The USS Nautilus departed from Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, on the 23rd of July 1958 and headed north towards Alaska. It then entered the Chukchi Sea and submerged under the ice cap near Point Barrow. It used its sonar and fathometer to navigate under the ice, avoiding obstacles and finding openings to communicate with surface ships. The USS Nautilus reached the geographic North Pole at 11:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time on the 3rd of August 1958, after traveling about 1,830 miles or 2,940 kilometers under the ice. The commander, William Anderson, announced to his crew, "For the world, our country, and the Navy, the North Pole." He also made an entry in his logbook: "Embarked following personage at North Pole. Santa Claus. Affiliation. Christmas." Yes, you heard that right. He brought Santa Claus on board. Well, not the real Santa Claus, of course, but a stuffed toy that he used as a joke and a souvenir. He later gave it to his wife as a gift. The USS Nautilus continued its journey under the ice until it emerged near Greenland on the 5th of August 1958. It then traveled to Iceland and England, where it received a hero's welcome and was inspected by defense officials and dignitaries. The USS Nautilus received the Presidential Unit Citation for its historic achievement, the first one ever awarded in peacetime. Route taken by the USS Nautilus, SW-571, on its transpolar trip, which began in Honolulu the 23rd of July 1958 until August 25, 1958 in New York Harbor. The USS Nautilus was decommissioned in 1980 and designated a National Historic Landmark in 1982. It is now preserved as a museum ship at the Submarine Force Library and Museum in Groton, Connecticut, where it receives around 250,000 visitors per year. The USS Nautilus was not only a revolutionary warship, but also a scientific milestone. It proved that nuclear-powered submarines could operate submerged and stealthily for sustained deployments. It also revealed a lot of information about the Arctic environment, such as the thickness and variability of the ice, the water temperature and salinity, and the marine life. The USS Nautilus inspired many other nuclear-powered submarines to follow its footsteps and explore the polar regions. Some of them even achieved more feats, such as surfacing at the North Pole or crossing under both poles. Today, nuclear-powered submarines are still vital for naval operations and research in the Arctic and Antarctic. That's all for today's episode of Sky Sea Channel. I hope you enjoyed learning about the most advanced warship in the world that can sail under polar ice. You won't believe what it can do. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content about anything related to the sea. And before you go, let me know in the comments, what do you think about the USS Nautilus? What would you like to see next on our channel? What would you do if you were on board the submarine? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.